Welcome to the Manifestation, where we share our hard lessons so you don't have to learn them the hard way.
Being mad at the success of that lady's 50-part TikTok story is not gonna make your views go up, baby. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the manifestation, whatever you want to call it. My name is Mani, and listen, we're gonna get right into it. As you guys know, I like to give a little song that makes you feel like that girl or that boy or that they, them, you know, whatever you want to feel like. Anything that helps you to feel like a bad bitch, because I just feel like that's gender neutral. Anyways, we don't have to get into that. I just want to read something out of the book of Juvenile-lations really quickly. You are a paper chaser. You got your block on fire, remaining a G until the moment you expire. You know what it is. You make nothing out of something. You handle your biz. And don't be crying and suffering. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? And the one and only Juvenile, I want you to play that repeatedly until you feel it. Until you feel it. Don't be crying and suffering, baby. That is enough of that. Praise the Lord. We had to go to church today. This is one of my favorite parts of the podcast because it just allows me to vent. I really need to go to therapy though. Like, I need to fall. Yeah. But anywho, until then, here is this episode section of Don't Piss Me Off. So, I think the second episode of this podcast, I gave Usher his flowers. This was right after his amazing Super Bowl performance. I am a millennial black woman. So clearly, I grew up on Usher. I ride for Usher. Usher can't do no wrong. People was trying to get him. I said, Usher, get behind me. Get behind me immediately. The allegations towards Diddy came out. And people were bringing Usher up. And I said, leave him alone. The whole situation with Keke Palmer and her baby daddy happened. And her mama had said, I won't repeat it. But we heard, actually I'm going to repeat it. So sorry. I'm going to repeat it because the way that she said it is so funny to me. And like, can I just say this? When I have tweeted this before and I'm like, I wonder if people know what voice I'm saying this in. But when she's like, Usher is gay, you guys. He's gay. I'm sorry. It's not that. I'm sorry. That was hilarious. But I did say, leave Usher alone. Leave him alone. Why y'all keep trying to pull him into y'all foolishness? All he wants to do is give us good vocals. Usher is a man. And that's what I've come to terms with. Usher is a man. And one thing about men, they're going to embarrass you. They're going to embarrass you. One thing about men, when you go to bat for one of them, shortly after the shame is going to come. I usually don't put anything past any man. Why I would put it past Usher, I don't know. Imagine my surprise. I'm scrolling Instagram. I see, Usher's in Bali. He's doing yoga. I look a little closer. Who is this monster in the background? It is Russel Simmons. he had to freaking flee the country because of all his rape allegations. And amidst Diddy's allegations, we defending you, and you taking pictures with... I don't get it. What, and when they call it Holly weird, like that has to be what it is. That has to be what it is. Because I'm a very black and white person. There's no gray for me. First of all, it really take only one allegation for me to look at you sideways. But then you talking about like double digits, you did something. You did something. Maybe possibly somebody lied, but somebody out that batch told the truth, and that's all I gotta know. You did something. Everybody ain't lying on you. And for me, that's when the gray area is no longer there. I'm not a what's the words? I'm not on the fence about nothing. I'm not playing devil's advocate. I feel like devil's advocate is for people who think somebody can beat their ass. I think devil's advocate is for people who are... I almost got flagged for my last video. I think I was cussing too much, so I can't really say what I want to say. But you can't whoop me. I'd like to see you try it. If I stand on it, I stand on it. And unfortunately, it be the men that don't be standing on shit. I'm sorry, like... But people, I'm the realest nigga in the room. Like, the realest niggas be the women. Like, men do not stand on shit. Your homeboys be abusive, y'all still kick it with them. They be assaulting people, y'all still kick it with them. Like, they be deadbeat daddies, y'all still kick it with them. Very embarrassing. And I don't know why I would put it past Usher. A man, not only is he a man, but he's in Hollywood. I don't know what happens once you get to Hollywood, but it's child. So he was out there doing yoga. And let me tell you something. The thing with Russel Simmons, and he made this long post about, I woke up and Usher was at my bedside and he's been with me and supportive with me. He wanted us to know. He said, oh, I'm taking you down with me. It's always the people that's like, oh, I'm so peaceful and I meditate and oh my gosh, and my chakras and da-da-da-da. Those be the people that be causing hell in other people's lives, be traumatizing the fuck out of people. All that meditating and yoga and bullshit, and you out here, you done traumatize all these daggone women, done traumatize your own kids. Your own kids don't even want to deal with you, and you out there meditating. For what? So you can think about whose life you're going to fuck up next? I can't stand it. It always be... I see it every day. I see it all the time in Hollywood and in real life. I know a motherfucker right now who be tweeting all this positivity shit. That nigga is a terrorist. Be tweeting Bible verses. You're going to hell. I'm sorry. I can't condemn people. Oh, fuck it. You're going to hell. But yeah, those be the worst type of people. All the meditating people. I stay from around y'all. Keep it over there. The minute you start talking about your chakras, I already know what you're here on this earth to do. You're here to fuck other people's lives up. And then go and play like, oh my gosh, I fold my legs and I pray to trees. And I listen to the wind. The wind did not tell you to go and assault all them damn women. Anywho, so that's the company Usher keeps, and it just... everything that we're hearing, it just... It's really hard because I don't know. It's like I have a soft spot. We all know at this point that Diddy was a mentor to Usher when he was like 14 years old, and there was some grooming that took place. So it's kind of like, are you a victim? Are you complicit? Two things can be true at once because at this point you're an adult. It's a lot. It's a touchy subject, and I would be lying if I said I was not extremely disappointed. I am extremely disappointed, and I mean, like I said before, it's just another reminder. Can't really put anything past a man. I don't know. I'll never put anything past a man again. So there goes that. How do you think we should hold celebrities accountable that maintain these friendships and relationships with problematic people, such as this Usher, Diddy, and Russel Simmons situation? Do you think that we should assume that they are complicit as well and hell, cancel them as well? Or do you think we should separate the art from the artist? Let me know in the comments your thoughts. So I saw a tweet the other day from this guy on OnlyFans, and he had a GoFundMe, and he was saying that he needed a car, and he just went on this tyrant about how, he doesn't want to work a 9 to 5 like everybody else, and he's not going to end up being like one of us, and he's going to do things his way. And it really pissed me off because I'm just thinking, like, how are you begging for people to pay for your car from their hard-earned money, from their 9 to 5s, but you're telling us that you're too good to work a 9 to 5 and that we're stupid? You're the one asking for money for a car. And it just made me think a little further into this, and I'll probably do a whole episode on this, but there are a lot of entrepreneurs and content creators that really think that they have beat the system. Like, they found a way to beat the hamster wheel, and they're just so much smarter and so much forward thinkers than everybody else. And it's like, you've created your own hamster wheel. Like, we are all in the hamster wheel. I'm sorry. Like, oh, I don't work for the white man for my money. But you jerk off into a camera and then you get on here and beg for it from people that work for a white man for their money. Like, what? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing here? I'm sorry. And I see it myself as a content creator who appreciates a good job. I like a direct deposit. I like benefits. I like insurance. I like going to the dentist. I like getting my mama looked at. Okay? I like a job. Ain't nothing wrong with a job. Ain't nothing wrong with a job. I like a man with a job. What you been doing all day? Nothing working? I like it. You better go to work. I like jobs. Okay? Everybody's not JT. Everybody can't not work jobs, but you are a job. Go to work, baby. Go to work. We're all in the hamster wheel. None of you are. Every single one of us, we're in the hamster wheel. We have to answer to somebody. If you're a content creator, you have to answer to your viewers and your consumers and the brands that you work with and get money from, that they get money from a white man to be able to pay you. We are all in this hamster wheel. And I have one thing to say, that all of us just got to start stealing. And trust me, I have a whole episode dedicated to that later. But that was just my little quick thought. That's something that really pissed me off this past week. Let's get into some things on reality television that have pissed me off. Pissed me all the way off. Married to Medicine. I'm going to try to keep my ting brief. I'm so sick of them miserable ass heifers. I'm sick of them. I am so sorry. And this is somebody I've watched from the first season when Mariah was there until now. Quad has apologized multiple times. So many times. We watched her apologize the last reunion. I am so tired of the one-sided expectations of Quad. And what I'm really gathering is these girls never really wanted to be her friends. I will say Heavenly rides the line, but I do think she means well, even though personally Heavenly is not one of my favorites on the cast. But I think as far as her friendship with Quad, I do think that's genuine. I just think she gets caught up. But the rest of these girls did not want to be Quad's friend. And here's my theory. This is my theory, okay? Okay, y'all walk with me. I think I'm gonna start off saying this. I'm gonna start off nice and I'm gonna get nasty. I think that it is really awesome to see a cast of black women that are successful in the medical field, thriving, and it's refreshing to see some of the conversations that come up that are regarding to black women's health, etc. Right? I love that about the show. I also love the familial aspects. I think that the men they are married to, besides bald head, small head, Dr. Jackie's husband, that be buying punani out of Dominican Republic, I think all of them are great examples of husbands. Oh, and except for Dr. Squeaky Voice. But that's why he got dumped. And Sweet Tea's finna find out why. But anywho, I think they are amazing husbands, amazing examples of black father figures, and I do think that that is needed on television. Let's get into the nasty. I don't think a lot of these girls were really that girl before reality television. And Quad is somebody who came in, big personality, had the style, like she really came in that girl, like she really just came in, like she's always been somebody that's walked into a room and got attention, and I really don't think that they like that. I feel like I feel like outside of the show that they would never be friends with her, and even when she first came on the show they judged her a lot, and then a lot of, you see when her and Dr. Greg got a divorce, you could imagine going through a divorce and publicly is very hard to do. What I wasn't understanding is nobody considering her feelings and being so upset that she wasn't reaching out, that she was distant. She's going through a divorce. Like, come on now. And now, this past season, we all know that Quad had that tragedy happen with her niece in her pool, which is a traumatic situation. You're hurting for yourself, for the child, for the parents. And I think it was hella insensitive that Simone and her teeth brought that up when Quad multiple times was saying not to bring it up. I also think it was very unrealistic for them to expect her to constantly be reaching out when they knew that that is what she was going through all this time. And then for Dr. Jackie and her whispering ass to be sitting there giving, acting like she in a scene of The Color Purple, giving quotes, I can't be friends with you because I can't lose me to keep you as a friend. Girl, shut the fuck up. Shut up. And in you and Quad's situation that you wanted Quad to reach out to you for because you were caught in 4K being hella insensitive about black women and their complaints when they're pregnant, that's a you problem. You said that. It don't matter who dug it up. You said it. It came out of your mouth. That's for you to own. That is not the same trauma as Quad losing her niece in her pool. That is not the same thing. That does not require the same reaching out. I'm so sorry. I would definitely put my grieving my niece over you going through something over something you said, and you need to just sit up and own it. Own it. You said it because you thought it. Let me move forward. But I don't think at this point, I just think Quad is I just think the girls can't take her. They really, really want a reason. I think the only person that had a real reason to be upset was Toya. Because of the allegations about her and her husband being involved in that burglary. That's it. I think everybody else was just so happy that happened with Toya, so they too could have a reason to be upset with Quad. But I just think they want to prove to her, like, oh girl, you're not that girl, and if we say you have to go, then you go. Like, your success is only limited to what we allow you to be. And like, I just think she needs to go and find another group of friends who are just as bad, fly, fun as her. And I would love to see her on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, She's not married. She's not a housewife. Here's the thing. She was married and she was a housewife. And I think that there are a lot of housewives that are going through divorce or have gone through divorce that would love to see representation on television of a woman who knew her worth, left a marriage that wasn't serving her, and still thrived after. Because unfortunately, that is a part of a lot of housewife stories at some point. Divorce. I hate to break it to you. It just is what it is. And I'm sorry. I don't want to see stories like Dr. Jackie where you got a bald head, small head, going to another country, cheating on you, and you decide to stay. You don't have enough. You don't think you can go find you another one? You don't think you could be treated a little better than that? You don't think it's not nobody that's going to get it right without traumatizing you first? I want to see the story of the woman that said, oh no, I'm not doing that, and left. That's what I want to see. We need that representation as well. I don't want to hear about how long you've been married if you stayed with somebody that was cheating and creeping and laying it low and spreading it wide. All that says to me is you settled. I don't want to hear about the woman who settled. I'll end it on that note. Next, what is something that really ticked me off, that really pissed me off this week? Oh my gosh, reality television. We have to get into it. I did a whole episode on this, and y'all know I could talk about this show literally the whole podcast because I have. Very quickly, Love is Blind update. Chelsea and Jimmy didn't make it to the altar. Love that for them. You know what? I'm actually gonna just put a clip of... No, actually, I'm not going to do that because they're too long. I'm not going to do that. I changed my mind. And I can change my mind. I have a right to do that. Thank you. Okay. So, AD and Clay. Let's get into it. Surprise, surprise. Clay did not say yes at the altar. He didn't say I do. And guess who did? AD. I'm going to leave a clip of how I feel about it here. Watch. Let's come back and chat about it. Clay said no at the altar. Is anybody shocked? Raise your hand if you were shocked that Clay said no at the altar. No hands are raised, are they? AD, is your hands raised? Put it down. Let me tell you all of the signs that we saw that you didn't, so you don't do this again because you are a beautiful girl. Firstly, every second this man was able to breathe air into his lungs and then speak, he let you know that he was going to cheat on you. He didn't say he was going to cheat on you, but he kept saying that he was scared to cheat on you because his daddy was a cheater and he felt like cheating was hereditary and it runs in his blood. And I just want to let you know, when a man keeps telling you things like this, it's because he wants you to run and he doesn't know how to tell you, hey, I want you to run. Number 2, another major red flag. Did anybody notice that every time they talked about the wedding, it was like Clay wanted to avoid the words the wedding. He wanted to avoid words like commitment. He's like, we have this date coming up and we have this thing. It was like he was talking about it like he was scared of it. Did anybody notice that? Another thing I noticed, and even in the last episode he did it, and I brought this up in another video, whenever he talks about AD and why he likes her or loves her, he always talks about how AD makes him feel, how he knows AD will ride for him, how AD accepts him for him. He never just talks about what he likes about AD. To this day, we will never know. However, AD stood at that altar and she gave this beautiful speech about how he was a beautiful man and how she had so much fun with him. And all he could say was, thank you for putting up with me. If nothing else was your clue at that altar as to whether or not you should say I do, that was it. Because any man that's going to tell you thank you for putting up with me at the altar is going to be telling you that every anniversary there forward. And the things that you are going to be putting up with there forward, oh my gosh, baby, you are going to need more than therapy to heal from it. Also, I'm just going to say this. Any man that gets in front of a crowd of people and says, when I first saw you, I said, I can work with that. Let me know in the comments if y'all saw that coming, or if you just knew Clay was going to magically say I do at the altar, or if you thought that AD was going to catch the hint and see the red flags, if you thought she would be the one to not go through with it. Anywho, so here's a few things I'm going to say. Clay's mother is a class act. Absolutely love her. I do think that sometimes the parent who was wronged, or the parent that stays, gets a lot of the flack. But I loved seeing in 4K just how you could kind of see the wheels turning when Clay was talking to his dad, or his dad was talking to him. And I just want to say, in regards to Clay's dad and the little speech that he gave him before the wedding, what the hell was that about? What the hell was that? I didn't know. Is this thing on? I didn't know, like, was it a freestyle? Was it a poem? Like, I just didn't get it. And this is why I don't really like bald men like that, because I'm sorry to the bald men that catch it straight. I just don't understand a lot of y'all. I think that he was exhibiting bald man behavior. Like, it's your son's wedding and you talking about yourself, and you almost went to the Olympics and you pulled a hamstring, and it was a very self-serving speech. It was like he saw the cameras rolling and he just wanted to give us his resume. Clay's daddy must be single, and he wanted to use this as his sizzle reel for the mamas watching. Which, let me tell you something. Let me say this. Clay. Hold on. Clay. You fooled me. Don't ever put your daddy and debonair in the same sentence again. He debonair and he ain't got no hair. No. I thought we was finna see Idris Elba. I thought we was finna see Method Man. I thought we was gonna see a fine mother... Hell, I thought maybe we'd see Ronald Isley. We seen Mr. Peanut Head. Why did you lie to us like that? And that makes me even more upset. Your mama was getting cheated on 24 years by the man that be on the peanut bags. What I say about men embarrassing you? If they ain't got nothing else, they got the audacity, child. Anywho, I'm running out of time. I really can't talk about this any longer. But what I'm going to say about that, oh my gosh, it's just so much to say. Oh my gosh, okay. Just go to my TikTok and we will discuss that further. As far as AD, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to keep my thing brief. I noticed, I was trying to figure out, why is AD like this? Why is she ignoring the signs? Why is she coming off so desperate? And I love her mama down. Her mama is so sweet and affirming and just like a beautiful spirit. Seemed like a wonderful lady. Her mom was just too easily impressed by Clay to me. Way too easily impressed. And I kind of, when she met Clay, I wanted her to kind of, somebody needed to get with Clay and let him know that he was the one that had a prize. I felt like it was this feeling of, oh girl, you got your man and you finna have your man and your man. That's a good man, Savannah. And it's like, okay, but he's with the prize. Everything that he's doing is the bare minimum. He should be doing it. He should be doing a little bit more because you are a prize. And I wonder if when her and her mom would have these conversations, if the whole, like, him bringing up cheating as much was brought up and him not coming home till 4 and 5. Because he sounded to me like he was getting a head start on the cheating. Child. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but the mama just seemed too easily impressed by Clay. Hell, if you ask me, she was acting like she wanted to jump his bones. Sorry. Like he just woke something up in her. Did y'all get that? I felt like that watching. But I'm gonna digress from that because there are a lot of thoughts. But you guys follow me on TikTok if you aren't already at the Vivian Banks. They finna shut TikTok down though, so I don't know. I'll probably bring some of my thoughts on here on YouTube Shorts, but I'll go in more detail about how I feel about Clay and AD for sure. Okay. The last topic in actually, I'm gonna save that for last because it's gonna help my transition. Okay, y'all, quick question for my reality TV show watchers. When it comes to Married to Medicine, what do y'all think is really everyone's beef with Quad? Do you think that Quad does not hold herself accountable? Do y'all feel like she hasn't apologized appropriately in the past? Or do you think that the way the cast is treating her is unfair? Let me know in the comments. Also, was anybody shocked that Clay did not say I do at the altar? Anybody shocked at all? No? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so in good news, something that I would really like to see manifest that I saw in the media this week is that Mara Brock Akil is she's open to a reboot of Girlfriends. Her only thing that she requires is some money, of course, some support from studios so that the team and the actresses can get the pay that they deserve. I really want to see a Sex in the City type movie, and I want 3. I want 3 Girlfriends movies. They're the whole cast is alive, beautiful, and they still got their acting chops. I need to see it happen. It's no reason it's taking, well, you know how they do black people in Hollywood. But I hate that it's taking so long, but I really, really, really pray it happens. And I don't know. Okay, I know like watching the show, Joan was just obsessed with marriage and she really wanted her perfect marriage and the kids and the white picket fence. I kind of, if I say it, is y'all gonna jump me? Don't jump me, because now I feel like from how I talk, I'm sounding like an advocate for divorce. But I kind of want to see her divorced. I don't know. I kind of want to see her divorced. And oh, fuck. I don't know. She could still be married, but I think it would be interesting to see her divorced. And like, you see, I don't know. Okay, that's why I'm not a writer. But let me know what y'all would like to see from a Girlfriends reboot. Y'all let me know what y'all would want to see. But I really hope that comes to fruition. My childhood self, don't ask me why I was a child watching that with my mama and her friends, but I would be very happy if that were to come to fruition. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Y'all better give them some damn money. I don't want to see none of my girls on no tour like Taraji and Monique. Pay my babies what they owe. Pay them what they owe. And you know what? And put tax on top of it. Because a lot of them have been out of work. And I don't like that. I don't like that the only way I could see some of them is on these low budget Lifetime movies or Netflix films. I don't like it. Anyways, this is what I want to get into, okay? Miss 50-part TikTok story, Miss Reesa's Teesa, Reese's Pieces. She's got the girls mad. Everybody is bothered. Let's talk about it. Y'all are bothered. Let me put my glasses on. Let's see. I just think these are so. It gives I'm finna read. I look like something. I just can't. And it's not good. Let me take these off. Because I'm finna drag my damn self. 50 TikTok story lady. She graced the cover of, I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know, okay? I don't have my iPad to do my research. But she graced the cover of Somebody magazine and the girls is all mad. So, one of my favorites has something to say about her. So basically, the Breakfast Club talked about this, of course, and basically described her desperation and, you know, her allowing this man to kind of pull the wool over her eyes. Described it as big back behavior. And you have Miss Just Hilarious a keying at it. And shortly after, T.S. Madison addresses it, and Just Hilarious basically rebuts and is like, why are you putting yourself in this, blah blah blah. And T.S. Madison is basically like, girl, you don't want no problem with me. One thing that I love and respect about T.S. Madison is that this is not the first rant where it calls attention to how transphobia is not only a danger to the trans community, but to cis women as well. Because as we all know, there were a lot of people that were saying Just Hilarious herself looked like a man. And no comment. I don't know. But a lot of people were saying that. And I even remember, I believe it was last year, it was a cis woman who was mistaken for a trans woman, and she was murdered and killed. And as we know, Just Hilarious has had a lot of transphobic moments, even though she likes to gaslight us and tell us that she's not transphobic and the statements she makes aren't transphobic, even though we all have ears and brains that work. She, you know, tells us that I don't know if you could tell. I don't really care for that lady. She has hilarious in her name. I've never seen anything hilarious from her. Ever in my life. But that's just me. The platform that she is on to interview people, it's now being used for her to go on an apology tour, because she said her brand of humor is just ignorance. And because she says so many ignorant things, she has to backtrack and backpedal. And it's really a shame to see. And you know what? It's not like we should even expect much from the Breakfast Club, because it's not like any of them are really astute journalists as it is anyway. And I don't have anything kind to say. I just said all this. I don't have anything kind to say. But I just really enjoyed T.S. Madison dragging her for filth. It really just made my day. That was something that didn't piss me off. But seeing all the kind words and everybody so upset about this lady and the success she's gotten from this 50-part TikTok story, it made me think about something. And I'm going to start off by saying this. No, I did not watch that damn 50-part series. And I'm not going to. I'm not going to watch it. I have ADD. Okay? There's absolutely no motherfucking way I'm sitting still and watching that. I'm just not. And there's no hate towards the lady. I love that she's successful from it. Maybe there's something about her storytelling that I could learn from it should I watch it, but I'm not going to damn it watch it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But if you did, let me know in the comments like your takeaway from the story. But me personally, baby, no ma'am. Y'all got it. However, her success is neither here nor there to me. I'm not bothered by it. I'm not moved by it. It's people that amass a large amount of success from nonsense all the time. Not saying that this is nonsense, but I've seen people, hell, y'all have made Bluetooth the cast of the what's the group of girls on TV that look like they stink and their wigs is always coming off? Baddies. Which I'm trying to figure out how you got a show called Baddies and the majority of them is not bad. They just look like they smell bad. I would like to know that. Majority of them are not bad. They lace fronts was installed badly. I would like to know that. What is the definition of baddies anymore? See, that's what I'm talking about. I got ADD because how did we get here? We were talking about Reese's Pieces in her 50-part TikTok story. Do you see how that happened? And that's why I'm not watching it. But congratulations on her success. What I'm going to say is it's really woken up the hateration and holleration in y'all's dancery. And it's embarrassing to watch. It's embarrassing to watch. Y'all need to get a fucking grip. Get a fucking grip. Y'all are so mad. Like, oh, how is this plus size lady who's not conventionally attractive gaining so much success, and here I am doing my get ready with me's half naked and I'm only getting 120 views? How? Y'all are mad. Y'all need to relax. Calm down. What God has for you is for you. Okay? What you looking at what this other person is getting, it's not gonna get you no more. Or maybe instead of hating, take some notes. Maybe incorporate interesting storytelling into your content. But getting online and going, I don't understand why, and da 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 da. Even a popular influencer, I don't know if I want to name her or not, but a very popular influencer, a big YouTuber, made a post about how she too was feeling envious of Reesa Teesa's success. And I'm like, you literally just showed us you on a billboard in Times Square. Why are you worried about her blessings? You're getting your own blessings. What God can multitask. He gonna get to you. Other people can get some of theirs too. But I think what it really is y'all are trying to figure out. I think what it is the fat phobia has arisen. Y'all are trying to figure out how somebody that looks like her has amassed this much success, when truth is she put herself out there. She was vulnerable. And sometimes God says it's your time. We don't know why she's getting this blessing. This may be something that she really needed at time. We don't know. And that's none of our business. What Lauren Lennon said, focus on you. Focus on you. That's just what I want more of y'all to do. Focus on you. What somebody else got is not none of your business. You're not going to get your bills paid. What they get in their account is not going to pay your bills. What they eat is not eat. What they eat is not gonna make you shit. Get over it. Okay? The lady is on her success tour. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. If it's a black woman and she's thriving and she's not doing anything harmful to anybody, I love it. I love seeing black mediocrity thrive. I love seeing black mediocrity thrive. I like seeing people just do nothing but be beautiful or be themselves and get paid. Like, y'all be going in on Sweetie. Girl, look cute and do what you love. I don't care if the music is bad. You like making music? If you can get up and do that every day, I love to see it. You ain't hurting nobody. So that's what I have to say about that. A lot of your hateration is showing in the dancery. And it's not going unnoticed. We all see it. And you need to kind of do some inner work and figure out why that is. Why is somebody else's success bothering you so much? Maybe you should put that energy into investing into you and yourself and your craft so you can amass the same success. Maybe? I don't know, right? I don't know. That's just a thought. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's everything that's pissed me off. Wow, I thought it was way more, because shit really be pissing me off. So in this section, I normally leave you guys with a brief affirmation to take with you throughout the week, but I just have a little word. I'm feeling like a little preacher today. Like, come on, everybody say amen in the church. Everybody say amen. Okay, let me calm down. The word that I have on my heart that I really want to talk about is envy. The difference between envy and jealousy. So, jealousy is a very natural emotion. It is something that we all deal with, have dealt with at a time. And I feel like a lot of people play taboo with talking about having dealt with this emotion, because it can be a little embarrassing. It could be a bruise to the ego to admit, like, yeah, I was jealous of this person for this. So envy is very dangerous. And envy is when you see somebody with something and you go, and you think, why do they have that? They don't deserve that. I should have that. It should be mine. And you like kind of resent them for it. You have a little hatred in your heart for it because you feel like they don't deserve it, you do. Jealousy is natural, and it might just come from frustration or not being as self-aware as you should, and I'll expand on that a little bit more. But jealousy is very natural, and it's basically like, hey, I see this person has this and I'm happy for them, love that for them, but I would like that too. Why can't I have that as well? Why can't I have that additionally? You know, like, it's not like you're sitting there thinking somebody is less deserving, because truth be told, you never know what somebody went through. You never know what they talk to God about and pray for in private. You don't know what work they put in to have the things that they have. You can only focus on you. You get what I'm saying? Where I say a lot of times with jealousy, sometimes self-awareness doesn't come in, because with that token, you're sitting there wondering why you don't have something that somebody else has, and you haven't considered that you may not have done the work that they're doing to have had that. And that is probably a harder realization than anything else, because you really have to be real with yourself. And then after figuring that out, you have to hold yourself accountable and do the work to attain the things that this other person has. That's the harder part than coming to terms with the fact that, oh, I'm jealous. And I think with this Reesa Teesa situation, I see a lot of that. And a lot of people are like, oh, her story is boring. We can feel however we want to feel about her story. What I will say is this: she clearly put her fear aside, was very transparent. She put aside the thought of being perceived. She put aside like I said, she just put aside the thought of being perceived. And I feel like what is wrong with me? Am I mush mouth? And I feel like a lot of content creators, that's what they struggle with. I feel like with a lot of content creators, especially with what I'm seeing now, a lot of it is copy paste personality, copy paste content, copy paste style. I'm just saying, I don't feel like it's a lot of authenticity these days with content creation. And I'm not saying necessarily you got to go and tell your business. Look, please don't. Some stuff you could take to the grave, but you could still be you. You get what I'm saying? And I think that she's a great example of just being her and being transparent, and not allowing how people may perceive her hinder her from sharing her story. And I think that's something that a lot of you can take with y'all in your content creator journeys and your journeys as artists. Like, be you, be transparent. And who knows, like, God may have spoke to her to tell that 50-part TikTok story because it's somebody else that needed to hear it for whatever reason. So that's what I leave with y'all today. A lot of you are struggling with envy, and it don't look good on you. But if you're struggling with jealousy, that is completely normal. I just want to say that my last video, my goal was 200 views. This video, my goal is 400 views. So the last video to get my 200 views, I had to bribe my Twitter followers and tell them that I was going to show my tatas to get those views. I don't want to have to do that. Like what the heck? But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like. If you want to see more of my content, go ahead and subscribe. Like, why haven't you subscribed yet? And yeah, engage with me in the comments. But yeah, you guys, thank you for watching. As you know, I don't stress. All I do is dress and rest. Thank you for tuning in for the mess, and y'all be blessed. Mwah.